Ladies and gentlemen, today we are finally going to discuss the worst thing that you can do inside of Counter-Strike. I'm going to tell you one of the worst habits that players are making inside this game and something that you can think about in order to become the greatest Counter-Strike 2 player in this game. I'm going to give you some advice from my professional experience in this game, and we're going to get you fine-tuned, looking sharp, playing sharp, but this is something you need to hear. But first, I do have a message from the sponsor of today's video. Thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Skins Monkey. They are one of the greatest and easiest to use CS2 trading sites out there. You can swap out the skins you do not like for brand new ones that are so much more fresh. Even skins that are trade locked can be secured by adding them to your backpack. The greatest thing about the site is that you can buy skins for so much cheaper with a 35% deposit bonus when you use my code, CoJo. Make sure to check out the freebie section where you can get a free skin just by completing tasks. On top of the bonuses, you also get a $5 bonus when clicking the link in the description. All right, so the worst thing that you can do as a Counter-Strike 2 player, especially for those of you out there that are established players and you're pretty high on, your rank, your leaderboards, whatever it is, you're a pretty good player, right? You're a developed player, you're not brand new to the game. The thing that you need to avoid doing is changing your settings. Yes, I know all of these video settings, all of these crazy things, our sensitivity, whatever, like our key bindings, all these things, we need to do our best to stop trying to change them as much as possible. Now, why is this so important? I'm going to use sensitivity as our first example here. Changing your sensitivity every week, every month, whatever it is so bad for your consistency as a player. It is going to destroy any consistency that you are trying to build. Why? Because you need to be in tune with your hands and your mouse, right? It's also bad to change your peripherals and stuff all the time. It's a little different, especially like your mouse. You shouldn't be changing your stuff all the time, right? When we are playing this game, sensitivity, for example here, when I move my mouse from here to here on my mouse pad, I should know exactly how far it's going to go, and I shouldn't have to think about it. The best players in the world are not sitting there thinking, okay, when I peek here and someone's on this side of the screen, I need to move my arm this much. They just do it, right? When you're changing your sensitivity and you're changing everything so much, it becomes so hard to understand where you need to move your mouse, how far you need to do. When you're changing your resolution, it becomes hard to recognize things when they're swinging, and you just cannot obtain that flow zone that is so important. And now in the comments, I already know. In the comments, we're gonna be like, but CoJo, Doc changes his settings every single day, but CoJo, this player changes their settings every day. Go ahead, change them every day, please. Don't listen to anything I'm saying here. Change your settings every day. You are going to be in your head so much, right? When you're changing your settings that much, and you're just constantly going to be in your head, because I know you right now. I know exactly what you do. I know you go and look up this player's settings. I know you look up Simple's sensitivity, Simple's resolution, ZywOo's settings, devices, shadow quality settings, right? And it's good to know some of these things. And I'm not saying that if you're playing on the just dumbest, craziest settings that you shouldn't change them, because you should. I'm saying that you need to stick to something. You need to choose it and understand that the reason you are dying in game, the reason you're losing games, not getting as many frags as you want, is not because you're playing on 16x9. It's not because you're playing on native. It's not because you're playing on stretched, right? Whatever it is because of what's going on up here and your inability to become consistent. You might have games where you drop 30. You might have games where you drop 5 kills. Why is that? Because you're constantly changing your stuff. You are constantly battling in your own head, and it's taking away bandwidth and space that you could be thinking about the actual game. Instead of, it's been so long. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful to myself because of the decision I made. I haven't changed my settings in months. Probably 4+ months. I haven't touched anything other than the, optimizing things for the updates. I haven't changed my resolution, sensitivity, and I don't sit there, right? I don't sit there when someone swings me and go, oh man, I would have got him if I was on native. Instead, in my brain, I'm thinking I would have killed him if I was positioned here, or if I, reacted faster this way or did this, right? The second you start thinking oh, my sensitivity didn't give me that kill. Oh, I would have had him if I wasn't playing on 1440 by 1080. Brothers and sisters, all the sisters out there too. That is so bad because you're in your own head and you're not getting locked into the game. There is so many talented players at my level included, at my level in the professional level, even better than me at tier 1 level, that do this, and they are holding themselves back. And so I know I know that you are struggling with this too. Changing your settings is going to be the undoing of any consistency you're trying to build, right? You should be thinking when you're dying or when you're doing stuff like, what was going on in game to cause that? You should not be thinking, man, I'm just so inconsistent because I just changed it to this. All right, let's go into the settings mid game and change it right back, right? Here's my analogy for you guys. If you're changing settings in the middle of the game and someone that does that, changing mice, changing anything like that, that is like an airplane pilot getting out of the airplane, going onto the wing of the plane while it's flying and trying to change the mechanics inside of the plane, trying to repair it while the plane is flying live. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that, guys. We don't want to change our settings in the middle of the game, right? Let alone every now, here, or there. So you can ask me. You can be like, CoJo, what settings are you playing on? What are you currently playing on? It's good to it's interesting. It's good to know what your favorite players, people in the scene, people who's succeeding, what they're using. But you got to understand that there is so many different players using this resolution, that resolution, this sensitivity, that sensitivity. And while yes, there is a decent range that you should be in here to there, it doesn't matter what you are choosing as long as you are playing in to your fullest, right? Doesn't matter if you're on 1300 EDPI versus 600 EDPI. It doesn't matter if you're on 1920 by 1080 versus 1280 by 960, right? What matters is you. What matters is this right here, this up here, and your ability to be locked into the game and play your game. Keep developing your skills. Learn from my channel. All the skills you need to develop. You know, your peeking, your jiggling, your game sense, your awareness, everything. Keep developing that, and your settings are not holding you back. I have played with teammates that have played on every different resolution you can think of. I have played probably on 8 different teams throughout my years going up through the ladder. I've played in FPL. I've played in, you know, thousands of pugs. Everyone has different settings. Counter-Strike is like a box of chocolates. Everybody plays on different settings and you never know what you are going to get. So stop trying to copy the exact settings. Stop trying to eat the same chocolate as somebody else. That is my advice for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and it gave you a little bit of insight into what you should be thinking in order to have that professional mindset. I want you guys to be professionals no matter what level you're at, no matter what games you're playing in. I want you to have that professional mindset and learn how to get better at this game. If you want to make it big one day, if you want to even just rank up to level 10 or a global elite or a high elo on Premier, it doesn't matter what your goals are. It starts with learning these type of mentality, this type of mindset. Everything about it is something that you need to know, and you will have a step above every other player. Stay tuned to my channel for insane advice. I'm going to teach every single one of you what it takes to get there. So appreciate every bit of love, every bit of support. Thank you all for leaving comments down below. Check me out on Twitch. I'm streaming every single day. I love giving tips and insight to my viewers and learning, and I do offer individual coaching as well. So thank you so much. You have a great rest of your day. Peace out. Keep grinding.